wanted to know about using WhatsApp, and I said, yes, I use WhatsApp. I use it mainly. Anna Tina, are you there? Take a look around and you'll see Keith Robinson. And, oh, she's still connected. Anna, yeah, can you see Keith Robinson? He's the one, the gentleman in Ireland that I use WhatsApp with all the time.
Oh, okay.
So welcome, Anna. Welcome, Chris. Chris, this is your first time with us.
It is.
We're very happy to have you with us. I want you to know that.
Thank you. I feel that.
Carolyn, it's nice to see you back with us again. Welcome.
Thanks, Lynn.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little heads up. First of all, for the newbie, Chris and Carolyn, because you're still fairly new, remember that you can go to the chat and put in, give me at least your name, your email address, and your phone number. You can put in anything else about your business you'd like. I'm perfectly fine with all of that. And we always have a question, guys. We have a question of the day. There's no right or wrong answer. It's always just your opinion. Hi, Matt. How are you? Nice to have you back with us.
I'm good. How are you doing, Lynn? Hi, everybody.
Hey. Hi, Dawn. How are you?
Hi, I'm ready.
So, Anna, I want you to look at Dawn's necklace very carefully and her earrings very carefully. Look at them. And you can put it on its sleeves later. They're pretty.
How pretty that is.
Hi, Mark Anthony. How are you?
Awesome. How are you?
Excellent.
Yes, folks, we are live with Lunch with Lynn every Thursdays at noon Central, 1 Eastern, I think. And now, the hostess with the mostest, the Lion Queen herself, Lynn Lionhood. Take it away, Lynn.
I feel like I'm coming out for a WWA thing now. That's great. Welcome to Lunch with Lynn. So we have about 2 or 3 minutes before everybody else comes on to join us. So I want you to know that today the question of the day is, what worries you the most? So I'm sure we're going to get a laundry list from several people about what worries them the most. So welcome, Kathy. Welcome, Luana.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hey, everybody, make sure that you go to that chat and put your contact information in there. That would be really wonderful. And welcome to the newbies. We're always happy to have new people. Luana, we're happy that you're back with us again.
Thank you.
Stick with us, guys. Continuity is the answer. Hi, Kathy Espinoza.
Hello there, Miss Lynn. How are you? You look wonderful.
You're looking wonderful. You know, you're on the radio now. People all over the country are listening to you going, who's Kathy Espinoza?
You are such a popular young lady. Look at you.
Well, just know that when you start talking, you better be good. Hi, Alexis. How are you? What would you like to know?
What would I like to... Oh, that was an accident. I'm sorry. But
She
I like to know everything. But I want to know everything.
Excellent. Fred.
So one thing you said, nation, you were wrong. It's not all over the nation. It's all over the freaking globe. Reminder,
I love that.
You can listen you can call in and ask questions at 323-580-5755. That's 323-580-5755. And note, if you're chemically altered or crazy, we won't put you on the air.
Wow. So if you've eliminated yourself, sorry about that. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get you guys started today. I want to, again, welcome you. I'm happy that you're going to spend the next 2 hours with us. Please make sure you have a pen and paper. You're going to hear some great information. People are going to give you ways to contact them if you're interested. And I have a great lineup for you guys today. I really, truly do. And I still am confused as to whether Mitesh is under the bed or with us. For 2 weeks, he's been under the bed, I think, and we have not seen his face. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with Mitesh. So Mitesh, at any point, if you come out, stick your head above the bed and let's see who you are again. So with that said, I'm going to go to Miss Deanna Brakefield. Deanna, she loves to go first, don't you, Deanna?
Well, you love to make me go first, that's for certain.
I do, because you're always interesting. So she has always something really great to share with everybody. Deanna, what have you chosen to share with us today?
Well, I didn't get to make it to the wonderful call last week, but I remember a few weeks ago people talking about small talk in networking and how awkward that is, and they never know what to say. And so I wanted to give a few bullet points on how to do small talk when you're one-on-one, especially when you're meeting somebody for the first time. So the first thing I would like people to remember is smile. I know for some of us, when we get in an awkward situation, it's really easy to let that expression drop. And, I know there's a popular phrase that people use, but I won't use it on the air to describe that face. And it just looks so grumpy, and it can be scary. And it can even make you a bit unapproachable if you're not aware of what your face is doing. So just take a moment, take a deep breath, and paste that smile on your face and put your best foot forward. It really helps ease some of the tension and the nerves when they see somebody that looks friendly and approachable. The next point that I would like to bring is a lot of people will tell you to ask a question to start with. How are you doing? How is your day? Don't do that. The human brain is pre-programmed to give basic responses to those questions that don't actually mean anything. Instead, make a demand. So, tell me about your day. People are actually trained to respond to those sort of short demands, and so unconsciously they'll actually give you a real response instead of just a canned one or two word, oh, it's okay, or oh, I'm fine. And now you may have an engagement point to actually start a conversation because they say something interesting about their day. The third point is use those little demands and little questions to find common ground. Now, I know this may sound crazy, but there is no one alive that you can't find common ground with. The most, I know, I see you shaking your head at me, Miss Alexis, but even the most horrible people, there's going to be something that you can talk about them with. Sure. So use little things like tell me about your interests. What did you do over the weekend? Just something that you can just establish, even a baseline. You both have kids, and so that's something that you can talk about. Keep it light. That's my next point. No politics, no religion, no controversial topics, nothing that's going to make me shake my head at you and wonder, what were you thinking? Because the point of small talk is to establish a relationship, and controversy is the quickest way to put up walls between you and someone, especially when you don't know each other well enough yet to be able to maybe understand something that was not communicated well, because some people have issues being articulate. And so if you keep it light, keep it on hobbies and interests, then you're more likely to avoid that scenario where suddenly there's a wall and there's no way to communicate with somebody because you're just too different. The next thing you want to pay attention to is your body language. Now, the rules are a little different when we're on Zoom than they are when you're in person. When you're in person, obviously, you're going to want to make sure your shoulders are relaxed, and this applies to Zoom too. You're going to want to make sure that you don't have your arms crossed because that can make you look angry. You just want to keep a very relaxed posture. You want to face the person that you're talking to if you're one-on-one in real life. Make sure that your attention stays on the camera if you're on Zoom. It's just little things to signal that they have your attention versus you're down in your phone or you're looking at another screen and they're not sure if you're actually hearing what they're saying. That can be really off-putting. So be aware of what other people are seeing when they see you. And then the last point I would make is be mindful of connections. And what I mean by this is when people speak to you, you're going to get more of a sense of who they are than if you just have your CVS sheet of business contacts that you have in front of you. So once you have an impression of somebody, that kind of sticks with you. And I might be meeting Anne for the first time, and as she's talking and I'm reading her body language and I'm listening to the way that she's expressing her opinions, I go, you know, she's going to hit it off really well with Anna Menkina. I'm not going to tell Anne about Anna, though. I'm going to say, you know, I think I have a really great connection for you. Let me touch base with them and make sure that they're open to it. Are you okay if I do a warm intro for you? Most people are going to say yes. And they're also hearing that you're considerate of their time. You're not just going to throw their name out to people. You're going to make sure that the connections you're making are actually going to be good connections for them instead of just blindly throwing them a name. That is all I have for today. Hopefully this was very, very helpful for some of you. I am Deanna Brakefield, Lionheart Kingdom Marketing in the Southeast in Alabama. Can work anywhere. The thing that worries me is my kids, because their world is so different than the world that I grew up in, and I want them to have the same experience that I have without a lot of the stresses that today's kids have to deal with. And so trying to balance that between overprotecting them and not protecting them enough, it's worrying.
So where are you located?
Birmingham, Alabama.
And what is the best way for somebody to reach out and connect with you?
So I always have my business phone on me, so you can reach me at 205-623-7703. That's 205-623-7703. And like I said, I always have that on. I may not answer immediately, but I am quick on the call back.
That is excellent. Now, for all the rest of you, I want you to listen carefully to what she just did. She gave me her number slow enough that somebody could write it down, and she repeated it. That's important because some of you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and people go, wait a minute, I can't write that fast. You cannot tell somebody that number that fast. It's not like they can go replay this. So you have to give them enough time to be able to write it down. I don't want you to go like 1, 2, but you can give it to them at a normal pace because I've warned them now. Get out your pen and paper if you're just listening on the radio. You're going to hear a lot of great people and great contacts, so you want to have those phone numbers. Thank you very much, Deanna. Always good information. Small talk and networking. Todd, did you take notes on that stuff?
You bet I did. In fact, I have some other questions to ask when it's time.
You want to ask her a question?
No, there are other questions you can ask that really drive them to tell you.
I want somebody to tell me if I meet a person at a networking event in person and I don't want them bothering me because I know they're the goofball in the crowd. I wish they would give me a line that would make that person go away and stay away. I don't know what that is.
Lynn, I'm sorry, I've got to use the toilet.
Oh, that's a thought. Or
and then you make sure don't go back to them.
They could say, you know, I ate a lot of cabbage last night, and then they might want to just scatter to another area. Okay, good job, Todd. I do need that help, though. Thank you very much, Deanna. That was great. So I'm going to do a few introductions, and then we'll come back to a few more of our speakers. So I'm going to go to the ever-interesting Keith Robinson. Keith, the next minute is yours.
Good morning, Vietnam. So anyway, I shall do a little bit of a story to sort of cover what I do. I got a phone call one day from a surgeon from one of the private hospitals here. And he says to me, "Are you still doing what you're doing?" I said, "Yes, I believe I always will." He says, "Great, I want you to help my brother." I says, "What's wrong with your brother?" He said, "He's hypertensive and he's on 2 medications." He says, "I don't want him going down that road because," I said, "I know." He says, "I know that's going to end in a disaster." I said, "Fair enough, connect me with him." So I did, and I guided his brother on what exactly to do. And then he took his own BP and sent it to his brother every day. And then his brother guided him on when to keep reducing his medications. And it only took 6 weeks, actually, for him to work his way off all his medications. And that's just a little touch of what I do, helping people.
Excellent. Let's see if I can make that thing stop early.
And when the music stops, I will give a number slowly for
Good.
people to make contact with me through WhatsApp, because I'm in Ireland, so WhatsApp is perfect, and it's plus 353 86 25 24 183. To recap, it's plus 353 86 25 24 183.
Okay, I'm going to be straight with you. I use WhatsApp because I have several people that I call through WhatsApp, but I think that they're doing this intentionally to scramble up you guys' brains, because that's like 40 numbers, you know? That's a lot of numbers to remember. I have a hard time just remembering the number we have here. I know yours is longer.
Well, you see, plus 353 is just to get to Ireland.
Oh, okay. Well, you got to explain that stuff to me. I don't know that.
Yeah. So the rest is the number, but the 353 is Ireland code.
Okay, good deal. I also want you to listen to what Keith just did, guys. We have that little music. I don't know where it's coming from, or it's coming from God, I think, because we didn't used to have it, but it's out there. So don't try to talk through that music. It's just wait, dance to it for a second until it's gone, and then you can pick up where you left off.
Yeah,
See, John's already into it.
It's just a Zoom timer on the system, that's all.
Okay, super. Todd, we're dying now to find out some more of those good things we could be saying.
Before you go, do you not want to ask me what was the question?
Oh, yeah, what are you worried? Oh, geez, gosh, no. What worries you the most?
It worries me how many people are fast asleep.
What do you mean fast asleep? You don't think there's anybody here fast asleep today, do you?
No. They're not working out things that are actually going on in the world, and they're believing what they're being told.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, you want to dig into that deeper? Reach out to Keith, because it'll be an interesting conversation. Thank you, Keith. Oh, Carolyn's already into it. She knows. Okay, Todd, give us some more of those great little nuggets that we need to know.
Well,
And
good afternoon, everybody.
Give me the good and the bad nuggets that I need for good or bad people I need.
Well, I will give you some good nuggets. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Todd Davis. I'm the CEO and founder of Gold Star Referral Clubs. We do nationwide face-to-face business networking. And if you get involved with me, I will pay you to do what we do. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. And anyway, great time. And face-to-face, you can't beat it. This is good. Face-to-face, warm and friendly. But here's top 5 Bob Berg's feel-good questions. That's what they're called. Bob Berg, B-U-R-G, feel-good questions. How did you start in your business? That's great. They'll talk about their business. What do you enjoy most about it? Or what don't you like about it? What separates you and your company from the competition? Which is an excellent open-ended, tell me more question. What advice would you give someone just starting in the whatever business he's in? That's good. But what one thing would you do with your business if you knew it could not fail? Also good. Here's another couple, and I'll just keep going because I've got another 30 seconds or 10, whatever. 4.
Just go. I'll let you go.
It says, let's see. Here's a couple one. What's the strangest or funniest incident you've experienced in that business? And what ways have you found to be most effective in promoting your business? And what one sentence would you like people to use in describing the way you do business? And I will tell you there's one more. It says, how can I know if someone I'm speaking with is a good prospect or client for you? That is the golden nugget on all of those. How can I know if someone I'm speaking with is a good prospect or prospective client or customer for you? And then the key is if you turn around and walk away, they'll chase you. They'll chase you down because they want you to know exactly how you can put a customer in their lap. So there's a couple. You can look it up. Bob Berg's 10 feel-good questions. What worries me the most? I've got too many. My wife is doing a different job and trying to do 2 at once, and I don't think she's doing well at either. But no, she is. But I just got to give her the support. And let's see what else. That's it. That'll be it for right now. That's what I worry about, because when she's not bringing in money, we've got the household to still feed. So I'm just saying, That's where I am. Lynn, thanks for the extra time.
Excellent. Uh-oh. Fred's at it again. He's got his hand up.
Just a reminder, 323-580-5755. That's 323-580-5755. Our person in the green room's getting bored, so people call in and talk to that person. Also, they can live chat at kphred.com. That's just the way it sounds, kfred.com. Thanks, Lynn.
Oh, excellent. Thank you very much. And when that music starts, I'm going to look to see who has the most original dance moves while we're doing that 10 seconds of music. Thank you so much, Todd. Todd, did you tell us where you're from?
That would be Fred. I have the most unique way to dance.
I'm headquartered in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Wonderful. What'd you say, Keith?
It's all good.
I said that'll be Fred that will have the most unique way to dance.
Oh, look,
if you watch him coming up to the start point, he's having spasms.
He is, absolutely. Look at him. Oh, man, he's rocking out already. The music hasn't even started. I wonder what music he's listening to. Alexis, you are up. Share with us some information about you.
Okay. Well, I'm Alexis Scurloff James. I'm in Mesa, California, which is on the western part of the United States. I am a writer, editor, writing coach, and author. I provide content and content review through editing and proofreading. And I also humanize AI-generated content. And what that means is I ensure what that artificial intelligence is saying says what you want it to say, that it reflects you, your voice, your company, your product, your services, and is targeted to your market audience. My number is 1 for the USA, that's the country code, 317-292-2615. And what am I most worried about? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm a pretty positive person. Things happen and I just deal with it. So I'm pretty
Why
basic.
did I think you were in Arizona?
I am in Arizona.
Really? I thought you said California. I thought I'm losing my mind.
That's very good.
Okay.
Born and raised in Manhattan Beach, California, and raised my family, and now I'm melting here in beautiful Mesa, Arizona.
Excellent. Todd, did you tell us what you were worried about? I'm worried he fell under his desk. My God, he and Mitesh have become amongst the missing. We have to send the police out to find him. We're going to pass him up and come back. Denise Lanton, the next minute is yours.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Denise Lanton. My company is Quantum Mindset Choice. I work with athletes and executives on mindset performance. I'm a certified life coach. And what we do, or what I do, is recognize with my clients and identify self-defeating thoughts and behaviors. I help them to develop strategies, techniques, and actionable steps to map out their goals, to see their success, and to also redefine their responses. It is definitely a journey from fear to mental toughness and confidence. And so when you ask me, what am I worried about? I really try not to use the word worry as to redefine what I need to do and how to prioritize it.
Okay, you gotta wait till the music's over. Everybody's dancing away. Denise, where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Chicago, but I'm currently in Orland Park, Illinois, and I could be reached through email, and it's Coach D, D-E-E, at quantummindsetchoice.com.
Fred, I was just going to go to Fred. Before he raised his hand, I think Fred's got something he wants to tell us about you. Go ahead, Fred.
So the rumor has it that there is a new show debuting soon on KFred Radio. Denise, would you like to enlighten anybody about this?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I appreciate it. I didn't want to go over time, but yes, I am so grateful to Cape Fred Radio. Near the end of the month, I will be premiering my show, which is True Grit, Mindset in the Grind. And I'm looking forward to interviewing executives as well as athletes about their struggles to get from their idea to manifesting and working through the grind to get to success. So I'm super excited. I have some clients that are lined up and ready to do the interviews, and I'm looking forward to the start near the end of the month. Thank you.
Talk about getting into the nitty gritty.
That's true. Denise, I would like to ask you a question. I want to know how you tell some 300-pound football player that he is not doing something he needs to be doing. Do you tell him that in person, or do you do it far away from him?
We're on Zoom, and by the time we get to the part of the conversation where I have to help him recognize, and he basically tells me, I know I'm not doing it. I know I can raise the bar. So then it's like, okay, let's get up and just do it. So what are you going to change tomorrow? What can you change this afternoon? And we map it out so that you create your actionable steps to get to where you want to go.
Good, because I thought you're kind of small. He could squish you pretty easily if he didn't like something you were telling him. So,
yes, that is true.
That's true. Boom, that's better. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Denise. We're going to jump back to one of our speakers. So I'm going to let you hear from my BFF, Anna Minkina, and she's going to share some information with you guys about insurance. Something I know you're all just dying to know about, but seriously, you will be dying if you don't have good insurance. So Anna Minkina, the next 5 minutes are yours.
Thanks, Lynn. I appreciate it. And I just want to go back to Deanna a second. She said the way people look at you and you have to smile and that. I went to a meeting this morning and I found a new job for you, Lynn. It's called a laugherator. You make people laugh, and it's a real job. It's a real job. And
Get out of here.
No, there was a woman there, and she's a laugherator. And I'm like, what's a laugherator? She goes, I make people laugh. And I'm like, I have someone who would be perfect for that job.
How much do you get paid for that job?
I don't know, but I thought it was a great job.
I want it. Oh, put me in touch with that lady.
So
she can make me laugh.
It was perfect. She doesn't tell jokes or anything. She just, starts talking and everybody's smiling and laughing. I'm like, well, this is great. I like this. So real quick, I'm Anna Minkina. I'm with Healthcare Solutions Team. I'm out of Chicago, Illinois, and I am close to Orland Park as well. I'm really close in the area there. And what I do is I provide health benefits. Right now, everybody's talking about health insurance and how much expensive it is. But everybody forgets about the small businesses. No one concentrates on what small businesses need. And small businesses, I mean, under 50, under 10, even under 5 employees. I'm self-employed, and I found out firsthand that there's no information out there for small businesses and very little options out there. So what I found out, I started working with all the different insurance carriers, and what I found out that they have the special enrollment once a year for small businesses. You have to be under 50 employees. And what that means is once a year, they waive all the requirements. Most small businesses think that, I need 50 employees to start a group plan. Not so much. All you need are 2 employees, just can't be husband and wife, and you can start a group plan. And during the special enrollment period, once a year, they waive all the requirements. Usually it's like, I have to have 70% participation. I have to pay at least half for the employees. You don't have to do that. So they give you a break for a year to start the group health insurance. So I even have groups of 1. I have an attorney's office. It's the attorney, and then she has the receptionist or her admin, and the admin has insurance with her spouse. So she waives off. So now you have a group of 1. And why do small businesses want to do this? There's a number of factors. 1, business write-off. That's a big thing. Business expense. You can pay for the premiums, pre-tax dollars, and the employee can use pre-tax dollars to pay their portion for the premium. The other thing is now, I don't know if you noticed, but people, when they're looking for a new job, what's the first thing they ask for? Benefits. What benefits do you offer? And health insurance is number one. Do you offer health insurance? And if you don't offer it, then they're going to kind of move on. Like, I need somebody who can offer me benefits so that I can have help paying for these benefits. And right now, the group insurance plans give you access to nationwide networks, PPOs, which they don't have anymore on individual plans. So you have access to all the major hospitals. And also right now, it's about a third less than individual plans. So it's a great opportunity if you're growing your business or you need health insurance for yourself and you have 1099s. Those qualify now. So let's say that you have a 1099 that works for you. They also qualify during the special enrollment to jump on your health insurance plan, and they can be counted as that second person, or they can waive off. So if you need insurance just for yourself and your 1099 doesn't need it, you can have them waive off and have insurance for yourself. And like I said, it's a business expense, pre-tax dollars, access to nationwide networks, and it's about, like I said, a third less. So those are important things for me. Enrollment period, that special enrollment, it's November 1st to December 15th every year, and it's every state. So I'm licensed in a number of states across the U.S., Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Michigan, Florida, Connecticut, Jersey, so a number of states. And if I'm not, and it's always good just to ask the question. There is no cost for my services or no additional cost on the plans, and I represent all the insurance companies. So I always tell small businesses, just look at it and to see if it's right for you. It's not right for everyone, but it might be right for you. So it's an important thing. But access to all the nationwide networks is the most important for me too, because I want to be able to go, if something happens to me, I want to be able to go to the hospital and doctor of my choice. Whereas nowadays it's, what's your doctor accept? What network? What hospital do you go to? Do they accept that network? And it's kind of a mess to try to figure out. So that's what I do. I'm happy to help anyone with information or, just walk them through it. But there are plans for almost everyone. So thank you.
Thank you. Anna, you want to tell them where you're located?
I'm in Chicago, Illinois. Close to Denise. I'm in Orland Park. My office is in Orland Park, so we're real close. Denise, we have to set something up. You're so close to me. And my contact information is...
We're going to dance. We're going to dance first.
My contact information is one...
Okay, good. We got some dancers here. Okay, now you can give me your contact information.
1-708-426-3680. Again, 708-426-3680. And my email is insurewithanna2. So INSUREWITHANNA, the number 2 @gmail.com. So those are two things. And I want to meet our friend Keith in Ireland. That's on my hit list to visit on the old bucket list. I want to go to Ireland.
Excellent. Can you tell me what worries you the most?
I have, I forgot who mentioned it before. I have children in California, and with all the earthquakes, that's kind of what worries me these days, is the earthquakes in California, since my only grandchild and my 2 kids are out there. I'm like, no more earthquakes.
Absolutely. So guys, if you missed it, the very important thing that Anna brought up, and I want you to really listen, because when I lived in Illinois, I had lots of clients who would come to me with this problem, and I would always go to Anna to solve that. Lots of people work by themselves, and they assume that because they work by themselves, you are not able to take advantage of group health rates. That's wrong. They just assumed they were going to get soaked. It doesn't have to be that way. There is that special enrollment period. So please reach out to Anna if you know someone else that may be struggling with that. They can get huge savings. I watched her save people money. They loved it. So thank you so much, Anna.
Thank
Todd,
you.
I'm coming back to you because it looks like you crawled out from under the desk. Here's my question. I think we forgot to find out from you what worries you.
No, I mentioned my wife's 2 or 3 jobs that she's running right now, and
Okay, that's great. Okay. What worries me is that I forgot you said that.
bless your heart. I appreciate it.
My forgetfulness is getting worse. Okay. Thanks, Todd. We just wanted to make sure we didn't leave you out now. So we're going to go back to some of our introductions. So I'm going to do another Ann. This one's just Ann, not Anna. So Ann Mackey, you're up.
Okay. Yep. I am unmuted. So my name is Ann Mackey. I'm out of Wichita, Kansas, and I work with people all around the world. I do accent training, accent coaching, and pronunciation for people who are fluent but maybe struggling to be understood because of their pronunciation variations. And the other thing I do is I'm in the wellness side of things, and I have phototherapy patches that I market that have no drugs, no chemicals, but they actually allow your body to begin to do the things it was meant to do to heal itself. So my information is in the chat, and you're welcome to reach out to me. My number is 316-680-8611. Again, that's 316-680-8611.
And what worries Ann Mackey?
It's a big one. Well, Keith and I need to do like a
It's dancing time. Okay.
dancing time. Keith and I need to do a live webinar or a chat with people on Zoom. But anyway, my true worry is about 80% of the people in the world, I think, are waking up to the true depth of corruption in every government around the world. 20% aren't. And I'm truly worried that when they find out how they've been lied to about so many things, I don't know, it's going to cause some problems. They might end up with heart attacks. I hope that's not true. They need to see Keith if that's the case. But I am worried about that. And I think that information's coming soon. So get ready. On the other side of it, I think we're going to have true freedom and we're going to have health freedom. So I look forward to the exposure of all the corruption. So that's what I worry about, is how that will go over.
Wonderful. I think between the two of you, there's a lot of worry about how many people are unnecessarily on medications too, when there's things and ways that they don't have to be on those medications. I think sometimes, Dorothea's going to hear me and she's going to say yes too, because she used to be a pharmacist. She knows so many people are being handled a pill for everything. Mm-hmm. It's scary how many people are on pills. And if you listen to the list of the side effects, that's when it becomes scary, because you're mixing all these different medications in people and they're having symptoms you can't figure out. So now you got a new symptom. We give you a new pill and another symptom.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I have a quick story real quick, Lynn. My sister, who is much older than I, she actually told me of all these aches and pains and problems she's having. And I found out she's on 29 medications.
See what I mean?
That's criminal. It's criminal.
It's beyond a couple of pills. It's getting to be ridiculous now. I mean, the doctors ask you, what pills do you have? You go, wait a minute, I got this little suitcase. I got to show you everything I'm on. That's terrible.
And there's something called polypharmacy where, I mean, they are interacting with each other in a negative way. I mean, we really have to turn to more natural options when possible, for sure.
Can't wait till we get to our pharmacist, our resident pharmacist. We're going to help us out with all of this.
She's very knowledgeable.
Don't go anywhere.
Thanks, everyone.
Yay, baby. Thank you very, very much, Ann Mackey. So, Chris Lipper, I'm going to tell you, there's everybody in this group wanting to know who is Chris Lipper? What does he do? We all want to hear it. So you are up.
Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Chris Lipper on the bus, small business owner coaching, and we feature mastermind groups that we call buses. So we put up to 8 owners together once a month for a 4-hour meeting where they can share challenges and opportunities and help each other grow and feel accountable to the group. In between meetings, they get one-to-one coaching, where our objective there is to help them find the challenge they want to present. If you want better answers in life, ask better questions. 45 of our owners have sold their businesses while they were members, so that's a number we're pretty proud of. The most shiny thing about me is we have a metaverse platform, which I can share here if I'm allowed. And we have trade shows in there 4 times a year, and hundreds of people come. It's kind of fascinating.
Can you put all that information in the chat, Chris, for them?
I'll do that certainly.
Wonderful.
And the way to reach me is onthebus.biz is our website.
So, Chris, where are you from?
I'm from New York, but I live in San Diego.
San Diego, interesting. Okay, that's very, very good. And the information will be in the chat for all of you. Thank you very much, Chris Lipper. Now everybody seems to know who you are. Stick around because when you all go into private rooms, I'm sure they're going to have some good conversations with you.
Thank you.
Carolyn Hobbs, you're back with us, and we're happy that you're back with us. The next minute is yours.
Lovely to be here.
Go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Carolyn Hobbs, Queen of Cards. My business is Carolyn's Card Box. I specialise in writing cards for people all around the world. I've been selling greeting cards in the UK for 18 years. The cost starts at £4 for each, from £4 for each card written. The people who generally buy this are those who have elderly relatives and or young nieces and nephews living in the UK. The service is faster, it's cheaper. The card arrives in approximately a week as opposed to 3 to 4 weeks from abroad. And so let the cards fall where they may. I can be contacted by email. I'll spell this. It's CAZSCARDBIZ@gmail.com.
Wonderful. Now, I want you to know, I know that pounds are the way you guys call your money. I don't quite understand why, but that's okay. But I want you to know, I wish in the United States we could get real pounds. This would be the best diet I could be on. I would order a gazillion cards. I would give you £4 for lots of cards. Lots of cards. I would be happy to do that. Thank you so much, Carolyn Hobbs.
Thank you, Lynn.
So happy to have you back with us again. And
Thank you very much.
What worries you, Carolyn?
Just the corruption around the world. Nothing worries me in my personal life, but corruption around the world.
There's a lot of that. Well, that's enough to pull your hair out. Thank you very much. Matt Cristofaro, happy to have you back with us again. The next minute is yours. Tell them all the good stuff. Guys, I'm telling you, if you don't have one-on-ones with some of these people, you're crazy. Because when you do, you find out great stuff. Matt was a wonderful person to have a one-on-one with. Go for it, Matt.
Thank you. So I'm Matt Cristofaro with the Thrive program. In only 6 to 8 weeks, I help my clients overcome mental health issues and really start thriving in all areas of life. So they're able to overcome things like depression, anxiety, phobias. It's not a magical thing or based on opinion. The program is based on hundreds of research papers and over 30 years of clinical experience. There's a distinct beginning and end to the program, and we don't stop until the client tells me that they don't need me anymore because their mental health is so strong and they're thriving in all areas of life. I personally overcame 24 years of panic attacks and anxiety with this program in just 3.5 weeks. And we've helped over 60,000 people worldwide so far, but we have very aggressive goals to grow a lot more quickly here in the USA. And I'm in Rhode Island, smallest state in the United States. And
go for it, Matt.
What worries me is not being able to help as many people that are struggling because of their own limiting beliefs, thinking that they have too complex of an issue or they've had it too long. It's just not true. We've helped people who have had phobias for decades. One lady had a phobia for 75 years. Another lady had insomnia for 40 years, and they get over this stuff quickly in weeks. So that's what it is. Just people not wanting to take the time for help because they think that they're beyond help. It's just not true.
Well, I don't know, but if somebody had a phobia for 75 years and decided she was going to fix it, that's a positive attitude that she's got enough life left that she wants to make sure she leads it without that stress in it. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Matt. You know, guys, Matt's a perfect example of why a lot of people that get into the health and wellness field usually get in there because of something that's happened to them personally. And those are the people that really help with passion because they've been there. They've walked in those shoes and they know how to help you. They know what you're struggling with and they know it's not easy to get beyond it. So I appreciate that. Talk to Matt, guys. Good
and I'll leave my phone number as well.
Oh, yes.
It's 1-401-569-5444. 1-401-469-4658. Again, 1-401-569-4658. Thank you.
Excellent way to give that number. Oh, look, we woke up Jamari. Hi, Jamari. Nice to see you up and around.
Hello, I've actually been up since 9. I've actually been up a lot earlier. Deanna would know this if she listened to my voice message, actually.
Okay. Well, I'm going to believe you really were up.
But you fell back to sleep then, did you?
Only for 15 minutes.
Excellent. All right, guys, I'm going to give you a little about Legal Shield before we go on any further. Today, I'm not going to talk about Legal Shield. Today, I'm going to talk about ID Shield, because funny that Fred got on here and told me a story, and I want you guys to know that the identity theft stuff is just getting worse and worse and worse. How many of you have gotten, like Fred, one of those things about the toll responders, that you owe money on the toll responder? Illinois is just so corrupted with that one. It's coming out of Illinois like crazy that you owe money on your toll responder. Not true. Don't click on those links, guys. It's just not true. So I want to tell you a quick little story that was shared with me several years ago, and it was really interesting and different, and I want to warn you so that you're careful. And this guy had gone to his local gym to work out. He put everything that he had in the locker. He came out of his workout in his shower, and he saw the locker door open, and he said, now I know I shut that locker door. So that concerned him. But he reached inside, he checked his wallet, and everything appeared to be intact, and he said, okay, well, no harm done. You know, maybe I did forget and leave the door open, and that was fine. So a few weeks later, he gets a bill in the mail from the credit card company for $14,000, and he knew he had not put all that stuff on his credit card. So he called the credit card company and started going through the transactions to find there were quite a few that were not his, and he started yelling at them. They said, wait a second. Did your credit card get stolen? He said, no. And he said, went to his wallet to pull it out to find out that the credit card had been taken out of his wallet and replaced with someone else's credit card, probably one that was no good. And it was a similar looking credit card, but it obviously wasn't his. So he told his credit card company that his card must have been stolen. But because he had waited several weeks to let them know that, they weren't buying that story. So then consequently, he was held responsible for $9,000 worth of stuff on his credit card. So I just want you guys to know, you just can't think about how these people think. These criminals come up with all kinds of scams. You just want to be so careful. So in this case, he did not have Legal Shield. And I would say to you, please get ID Shield. You know it's just a matter of time until you get caught. Take a look at the big Ticketmaster one. Lots of people are getting notification that they're a part of that breach. That was 530 million people. There are only 330 million in our country. They hit Australia and they hit the UK very hard on the Ticketmaster stuff. That was big, guys. And they've gotten a lot of information from that breach. They got people's names, addresses, credit card numbers, phone numbers. They can do tons of damage to you with information like that. So you want to be careful. There's also a big AT&T breach out there, guys. And the AT&T breach is very interesting because they had a breach in March, which affected hundreds of million, I think it was 70 million people. 70 million people knew that those credit card numbers of those people had gotten out, had not even jumped on that breach when in April they were hit with another breach. So they're suffering 2 breaches in 2 months. So guys, it's just coming stronger and harder. You want to make sure that you have something in place that will do the work for you. Most companies will hand you information. You take it from there yourself. I want somebody who's going to do it for me. I don't know how to take care of that stuff, and I don't want to wait on hold forever to do it. So that's extremely important. And then, of course, with Legal Shield and ID Shield, we have lawyers in place so that any legal issues left behind, they take care of that as well. So with that said, Fred, you have your hand up. Tell us some good stuff.
Now, I wish I could, but there was another data breach out there from National Public Data. They supplied data to people. They scraped over 2.9 billion profiles, including social SSNs, and they've hit the dark web. They were breached big time. My partner got notified by the bank that hers was one of them, and she called ID Shield to say, this is what's up, put a lock on everything. So ID Shield rocks. And if you haven't heard about the public, it's the National Public Data Hack, check it out. They're all over the place.
Thank you very, very much, Fred. So I will tell you that what worries me is my husband's health. Health is something that I don't want to do without him. He's been around for 52 years. I'd kind of like to keep him around for another 52. But that's important. And you can reach me, guys. Reach me at my email. That's really good. RHL, like really happy Lynn, 6807 at gmail.com. Yay, baby. Let's pick up some of our speakers. So let me see where I left off. Oh, Lord, get ready. This is a ball of energy. We're going to release her now. Dawn Tellinghusen, you are up.
Ooh, you're going to release me. That is exciting. Well, my name is Dawn Tellinghusen. I'm an independent Avon sales and leadership representative since 1983. Now, I started when I was 5, just remember that. But it has been 41 years with Avon, and I love it. I love what they're doing. And I want to tell you about something new. It's not the snail mail, but it's really close. It is our newest product line that is called Beyond Glow, which is what the snail mucin came out with. But there is 3 newest products that are the trending products with the trending products that you're finding everywhere. So go beyond the glass skin look with our Beyond Glow. There's 3 newest products. There's a facial cleanser that has hyaluronic acid. What?
Dancing, but you can still go with them. Oh,
okay. It's got hyaluronic acid in it. You've all heard about that. And it's also got niacinamide in it. And that's a crazy word to pronounce, as you can see. But that is a facial cleanser. Then there's an all-in-one cleanser, or an all-in-one cream for your face that's got that niacinamide in it. Again, I can't pronounce it right. And there's a spray-on serum that you can spray on after you clean your face, and you can spray it on after your makeup's on. You can spray it on in the middle of the day, and you're just going to refresh your look. So you can contact me with either my toll-free number, which is 866-896-AVON, AVON, or you can go to my digital brochure with my bit.ly. So that's bit.ly//Avon, capital A, Dawn, capital D, brochure, capital B. And I look forward to talking to all of you. My worry about what's going on is kind of like Lynn, I guess, because I'm worried about my husband with diabetes, and he's like not really following all the rules. He's upstairs in his office, so he can't hear me, thank goodness. So, yeah, that's my worry also, Lynn.
He's probably got something sneaked in that drawer in his office. You got to check to make sure he's got something in there that he's not supposed to be eating.
Like his M&Ms, right?
Yes. If he thinks you're not watching, just tell him you're going to dust a little bit and say, hey, honey, go get yourself a nice cold drink while I dust your office. And then replace it with like some carrot sticks or something, will you? And then if he says anything, he'll know you found it. Better find a better hiding spot.
Well, I did get him cutting back on his Diet Coke. That was one thing.
That was good. That was good. Before I leave Dawn, we have several men on this call. I'm going to give you guys my advice for the men. If you guys want a long, long marriage and a long, happy marriage, Dawn has some really cute jewelry that's not very expensive, guys. I would reach out to her, and I'm going to tell you, if you have a piece of jewelry, and if you're taking that necklace, you got to have the matching earrings. I'm just going to tell you. But if you get a piece of jewelry and stick it in your underwear drawer, men, women will not find it there. Oh, that one's cute too. And I want you to know that when she starts screaming at you, because most of you men don't like to get screamed at, just say, hold on a minute, sweetheart. Go to the underwear drawer and get the jewelry and come back out and say, look what I bought for you. I promise you she will not be screaming anymore. The screaming will end. Now, for you women, if you want to keep the men happy, it's a little less expensive. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm going to try it. Oh, Fred's going to fall off his chair now. But the advice for the women is that a man cannot argue with a naked woman. So if he starts screaming, just start taking your clothes off. I promise you he will not be able to scream anymore. It works every time, I promise you. Doesn't matter what time of the day or night. Just don't do it in a restaurant. That would be a problem. Okay, that's my marriage advice for the day. Oh boy, Fred's going to raise his hand in a minute. I just look at, oh, here he comes. I knew the hand was coming. Go for it, Fred.
All right, so that your advice there needs to be, people need to remember that's person you're married to, because I don't recommend women who are interested in some guy just walking around taking their clothes off in front of them anywhere, because that will get you in trouble. And there's some women I don't want to see. Sorry.
That's right. Yeah. Make sure it's your husband. Right. Thanks, Fred. Okay. Back to some serious stuff again. Luana, I'm going to come back to you in a minute, but I'm going to run up to Mark Anthony. So anybody who needs to get serious a little bit now and has any kind of technology issues, that's what Mark Anthony's here for. The tech tip guru. We got to get him in here. Oh, Chris, you're going to miss the tech tip. You don't want to miss that.
I'll stay for a few.
Good,
Thank you.
don't like this. Mark Anthony, you're up.
Mark Anthony Arena, host of the Computer Exorcist podcast, thecomputerexorcist.com. I just threw in the chat a list of upcoming episodes for this month that I've already produced, and they'll come soon. Kara Jean introduced me to this brilliant consultant named John D. Hansen, and he just gave us some mind-blowing things. Here's your tip for the day. The SSL treadmill. Billions of dollars of hardware and software are purchased every year because people love compliance and dutifully doing whatever it takes to keep current. A simple example is the SSL certificate. When you go to a website, people want to know it's legitimate. So the P-brains in my industry use their usual trick. We're going to sell you a gold star sticker to put on your forehead that somehow proves you're legitimate. They thought this would somehow foil scammers, and they don't realize that scammers can also buy the same certificates, the same gold star stickers. So what does that mean for you? All of us now have to purchase and maintain these certificates. If you don't, your web browser, especially Chrome, will scare visitors with a massive "not secure" banner, shaming you publicly for not paying the piper. When your certificate inevitably breaks, like mine did last week, most browsers won't even allow people to visit the site because somehow they're a terrorist, right? As always, the good guys are tasked with maintaining yet another thing, and the bad guys laugh and carry on scamming people. A great example of this occurred this morning. I had a client call me up, and she doesn't own a website, but she's on the other end of it where she's a normal consumer with a normal computer. And her computer is a little bit old, and her OS is out of date, and her browser is out of date. So she was trying to order Instacart and trying to get groceries. She's disabled, and she's at home trying to order groceries so someone can bring them to her. And she said, "What's this thing that says I can't order from this? And it says too bad certificate, and I can't get into this website." And I said, "Yeah, they're shaming you because your computer is 1 week older than they want it to be, so you're not allowed to order your groceries." So that's that, for absolutely no reason at all. So I actually had to call someone and say, "Hey, look, she'll give you cash if you go out and get her groceries, and she'll tell you verbally what she needs," because that always works, because human beings always work. So my fear is the cloud taking over humanity, as it's quickly doing. Tech companies are led by incompetent people with no self-control. They're like politicians, except they control our devices and subsequently everything on them, in real time at all times, replete with those micro punishments, those little noises that your computer makes when you do something they don't like. I am looking for booking agents. If y'all have any kind of venues near you, such as independent living facilities or clubs or whatever, I will give you a commission if you can book a speaking gig for me. And I was at an office the other day and they had these incentives, right? Like, I can't buy anyone a car yet, but it was cool. They had this little board and it's like, we'll buy you a car if you hit some sales goal. So I'm willing to give people some incentives. Any questions?
No, but I do see those things come up telling me that it's an unsafe site, and I didn't realize that it's because of these gold stars. They just keep fooling us all the time, guys.
It's sort of a good idea if you're 3 years old and at first glance, but then you realize anyone can buy the gold star sticker. So what's the point? It's like years ago, Microsoft used to sell, I used to say a bumper sticker and a lollipop for $40 that said you're Microsoft certified. So all the evil scammers went out and spent the $40 and became Microsoft certified. So when they called you, technically they were Microsoft certified, then they would break into your machine, destroy it, and ask you for thousands of dollars. But hey, they got the bumper sticker and the lollipop.
Talk to him, guys. He can solve a lot of problems for you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it, Mark Anthony.
Thank you.
Oh, Mark Anthony, did you tell him where you're from?
I'm from near Niagara Falls.
Yay. And he sits outside now every time he has his meeting, unless we get him at lunchtime, and then he goes in. Oh, that's a good spot to be in. Good spot to be there. Those seats are empty. We need to come and visit. Thank you. LaWanda Broughton, the next minute is yours. Tell us all about you.
Hello, everyone. My name is LaWanda Broughton, and my business is travel and trade. So if you want to save up to 35% on travel, give me a call or you can email me. That is absolutely free. I just share my link, and you can save up on Airbnb, hotels, etc. My number is 251-610-6210. The email is lawbroughton@yahoo.com. And also, if you would like to know how to multiply your money, I'm your girl. Again, my number is 251-610-6210. Email lawbroughton@yahoo. And I am from Grand Bay, Alabama.
Yay, and tell us, wait a minute, you're going to dance for me. Gets all those little bugs out of you, keeps us all awake. Okay, Luana, so tell us what worries Luana.
And say, because I'm not a person that worries. I would say more of a concern. I am a single mother, so my concern is about single mothers out there who are having trouble putting food on their table or having trouble taking care of their kids. So that is just a concern of mine. I want to help as many single moms as I can, or anyone else out there that can help them earn that extra $500 or extra $1,000 that they need, so they won't have to be so worried about putting food on their table for their kids, because there are a lot of us single mothers out there. And that's a concern of mine because, again, I'm a single mom, so I know what that feels like. Not because the job is not paying. You have more, what they say, more money than month. I mean, more month than money. I said it backwards. More month than money at the end of it. So that's a concern of mine. Because again, like I said, I'm not a person that worries, so.
Excellent. I think a lot of people, if they find themselves in that position where you just don't have enough money to make it to the end of the month, come to events like this, guys. Lots of people have opportunities. It's kind of like going to a smorgasbord. You get to kind of sample a little bit of everything. Talk to them all. Many of them have opportunities that you may not even realize they've got. Thank you so much, Luana. We appreciate having you with us. Mark Bartosik, the next minute is yours.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. So my name is Mark Bartosik. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. A little bit background on me is that at 15 years old, I had my first job. At 19 years old, while I was still in high school, I got exposed to a business opportunity. And it made me realize I did not want to be working a job for the rest of my life. So I started taking advantage of being business owners and doing businesses and 1099s. So by the time I was about 24, 25 years old, I no longer had to actually work for anybody. So I've been working for myself for the past 7-8 years now. I work with Ambit Energy to help people lessen the price of their bill and get more value out of it, whether it's electric or gas throughout the United States. We're in 17 states. There's so much value that I'd love to sit there and just talk with anybody one-on-one to see what your situation is. And that goes a little bit into my biggest worry is the matter of the amount of money people spend on bills and the amount of money people don't make. Because we know prices are going up with everything. They've talked about, groceries being twice as much as they are now, twice as much now as they were about 4 years ago. And it's just like people are not able to afford things, not counting all the student loan debt from my generation that has and all the credit card debt that people have built up. So anybody who is looking to build an extra income or save a little money on their bills, reach out to me. You can connect with me on any social media at Mark of Success 21 or call me at my direct line is 773-370-2748. Again, I'm in Chicago, Illinois, but I work all over the United States. I've been recently expanding a lot in Texas. And again, you can reach me at 773-370-2748.
Okay, Mark. So here's my question to you. First of all, where are we at? Where are we at? Because unless you're a mall walker, and you're not a mall walker because you've gone past the ice department a gazillion times. Give me a bag of ice. I could probably use a bag of ice.
So I live above a convenience store that I help out at occasionally. Plus, also, this is one thing for people who become customers. The convenience store owner is a friend of mine and landlord and essentially almost an uncle at this point. But they've referred about a dozen customers to me. So anytime they ask for help, I am there because it's one of those things with like people helping people, business doing business. So you can be sure sending business my way and referrals, I will be very thankful for an eternity.
Cool. Because I thought you might be scaring people. They see you walking around in circles and they think you're a crazy person. Buy something. Okay, that's good. Just checking. Did you tell us what worries you?
Yes, essentially people not having enough income for their lives.
That happens. Okay. Get us a loaf of bread too, will you? Okay, Mark. Thank you. Anita, before we come to you, we're going to go to Miss Kathy Espinoza because we never get Kathy Espinoza with us. And we want to know that's good Italian bread. That's good. I can take that. Yay. Kathy Espinoza, I know you're going to share some very important information. She works with Miss Anna Mentina. So I know they're happy ladies. And she's going to help something. If you know somebody who's a senior or going to be a senior, she'll help you. Kathy Espinoza.
Well, thank you, Lynn, so much. I enjoy being on the radio with you all. So it's great meeting all of you and hearing your stories. I am, like Lynn said, Kathy Espinoza. I work with Anna Mentina. Her and I try to help people get through this whole nightmare of Medicare. One of my a couple of tips that I have for all of you is, number one, when it gets time to sign up for your Medicare, know that you have choices. Do not let anybody tell you that you have to do something without first checking it out. You will have a choice on what you're going to select for your insurance after Medicare. That's number one. The other thing is, don't let, the plan that your neighbor or your Aunt Mary has may not be the plan that's for you. Have somebody that you can work with that will educate you, and ask them to walk you through it and hold your hand and talk to you about the ups and downs of the plan. What's good and bad about it? How will it work in your specific situation? That's one of the important things. And then there are, again, so many choices. And I'm reading a book right now that'll scare the pants off you by Terry Savage. And it's all about Social Security. And it's like, oh my God, the nightmares that these poor people are going through. So in this day and age, you want to make sure that your partner that's going to help you with the insurance is going to be somebody that will educate you. You don't want to have to just sign up for any plan. You want them to tell you why. Why is that plan best for you? How is it going to help you in your specific information? And that's where Anna and I come in. Anna and I work together to make sure that people are not scammed and that they have the full story of what their choices are. So reach out to either Anna or I. I can be reached at Kathy Espinoza. I have just thought Kathy at insurancebyKathy.com is the best email to reach me. I have a cell phone that also accepts text, which is 708-921-5784. Again, that is Kathy with a C. So CATHY, I'm the old way, at insurancebyKathy.com, 708-921-5784, and let me help you walk you through it. A lot of scams out there too, where they will tell you that you do not need to sign up for Part A when you turn 65. Yeah, I would highly suggest that yes, you do. For those people that are still employed maybe and have insurance, you do not need to get your Part B. Save that premium that you would be paying to Medicare, and use it, until you don't need it right off the bat. So again, before you do that, reach out to me so that I can advise you and let you know that if you need that or not. So that is all my spiel is just about Medicare. Is just be careful out there. There's a lot of vultures in the water.
Let me share a little. Oh, wait a minute. First of all, I got to find out where you're from.
I am from, outside of Chicago. I'm in Chicago Ridge, Illinois. I'm a little bit north of Orland Park, around the Oak Lawn, Illinois area.
And what worries you?
What worries me is that these people are getting the wrong information and they're just being taken advantage of. The worst thing that could happen, and I've seen it happen in my own family, which is what has made me so passionate about this, is my dad had gone to the Social Security office to get information. There he was given the incorrect information that cost him all of his benefits, where, it forced him into basically a life of poverty. And you should never have to worry about that as you get older, especially since you've been working, most people, since they're teenagers. So
a little word of caution. If you are someone approaching Medicare age or have a family member or friend who is approaching Medicare, I will tell you from experience, you will be flooded with so much information in the mail, it will astound you. I mean, you could stack it up and you could just start a fire. There's so much of this stuff. But I want you to be cautious. Medicare.com. That is not where you want to go. You want to go to Medicare.gov. Don't go to Medicare.com, guys. It is not what you think it is. It is not Medicare. It is a company trying to sell you something. I'm really shocked that the government allows that to go on. They know people are being fooled by it. Uh-oh, Mark Anthony's got his finger up. That's not good. Go ahead,
But
Mark.
they have a little lock and they have an SSL certificate, so they must be legit.
Yeah, and they got a gold star. They probably bought 2 of them. So just be very, very cautious, guys. Be very, very cautious. Thank you so much, Kathy. We appreciate the information. Dance time. Okay, Anita B., you're up.
Hi, my name is Anita Bala. I'm from the Chicagoland area, and I'm a pronunciation coach for English as a second language. So I help non-native English speakers speak more clearly and confidently. And I also have another business. It's a health and wellness business, and I educate people on what it is that they're consuming and give them healthier options, because people don't know how toxic things are that we buy at the grocery store. And it also saves people a lot of money in the long run, too. And then I can be reached at 630-854-6664. Once again, my phone number is 630-854-6664. And then what I am concerned about is with all this bad weather going on, I have two little nephews that live in the Houston area, and thank God the tree did not fall in their house. It fell the other way. So if it had fallen on the house, they wouldn't be here. So I'm kind of concerned about with all the weather that's going on in the southeast.
Excellent. She has a great company, guys. If you have anyone who's got breathing problems or asthma or things like that, reach out to her. She's got some great products, guys, that will really, really make it more comfortable for people to live in their homes. Thank you, Anita.
Thank you.
Dr. Jaya, I want you to know I was talking to a doctor yesterday for quite a period of a time, and he was a doctor with, he did things with your brain and your spine, and you came up in the conversation and we talked about you. So at some point I may make that introduction for you.
Okay, good. I'm Jaya Kasturi, board certified internist from Chicago, Illinois. I live in Naperville, those of you who know. And I've been an academician, professor, teaching medical schools. So I was always for Western medicine. But when I started getting old and I have a lot of arthritis and all, I did not want to take Western medicine because I know the side effects. That's how I started looking for alternative medicine. And 6 years ago, I came across activation products. These are not supplements. This is going to be the future of health and wellness. Activation of your own genes to make yourself better. And that's what I did. I felt very good. And I underwent a right shoulder joint replacement. After replacement, not one single pain pill I had to take. That is the beauty of this. So we are coming out with, people are shooting themselves for losing weight. We are coming out with an activation product, the same GLP-1 you can make in your own body. That's going to revolutionize the medicine. So I'm all for it, and that's what I'm excited about this. And if you want to know, I'm 85 years old. I'm still traveling. I was last week out. Again, tomorrow I'm out to Europe. So that's my life. And if somebody wants to do the business, this is the best time to do. And what I'm scared of the damage we are doing to the climate, environmental damage. If you go to Alaska now, it's different from what it was 20 years ago. I have seen Alaska 20 years ago, and what I saw now is totally scary. And the same thing is happening to Antarctica. So that's what worries me, what we are going to leave for our grandchildren.
Dr. Jaya, where in Europe are you going to head first?
Oh, right now I'm going to Croatia and Slovenia.
Okay, so now I'm confused. You did Western medicine on all these people, and then when you got old, you didn't want any Western medicine. That makes me a little nervous.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
I did it because I was using the Western medicine for my arthritis, but I realized that they have so much of side effects. Then 25 years ago, I realized this. I started using other alternative medicine. But none of them could really give me relief. As 6 years ago, I found activation products.
I know you love the company you're with. I know that. But I have one more question for you. You're worried about that climate change, but you're on an airplane every week flying all over the place. How do you do that?
I see how much is the carbon emission from those aircraft. I try to avoid all those airlines. I'm very particular.
All right, but I think that doesn't sound so good. Okay, that's good. But you do travel more than any human being I ever saw in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, for somebody your age, you are never at home. I hope you're not getting mail because you're never going to see it. Thank you very much, Jaya. All right, so let's go to Dorothea Hart. Dorothea, you're up.
Okay, thank you, Lynn. Well, I guess I should have been worried about my computer dying on me, not because it crashed, because Mark Anthony fixed that. I haven't had any more crashes since that. Battery went down. So, so it took me a little bit of time to get back on. But anyway, I am Dorothea Hart, retired pharmacist that doesn't believe in drugs. And what I do is help people get off prescription drugs. Okay? So why not hydrate yourself instead of letting your body, and then let your body heal itself? Dehydration makes you tired. If you're wondering why you have no energy, then hydrate. The best water I found to hydrate is hydrogen-rich water. Don't let inflammation take over your body. Dehydration and inflammation go hand in hand. So if you look for the root cause of why you have all these diseases and why you're on all these medications, get rid of the inflammation. Water can actually get rid of the inflammation, and you won't have the disease, and you can get off the prescription. So drink better water, give me a call, and I can help you take a look at what you're putting in your mouth. Whatever you put in your mouth, your body uses to build cells. If you put better stuff in, you'll get a better result. My number is 323-559-5537. That's 323-559-5537. And make a change. Your body is a healing machine. Just give it the right stuff and your body can get rid of the disease. And I had 19 things in my body that was caused by inflammation alone. And when I started drinking the water, it got rid of everything within 2 weeks. It's something that you just won't understand unless you try the water. So that is one of my biggest fears, that I can't reach enough people and get them to understand that their body can actually heal themselves. Thank you.
I think I'm going to put you at that table with Keith Robinson and Ann Mackey on getting people off of all those medications and get them back to some healthier things that are good for them.
Yes.
Excellent. So what worries you, Dorcia Hart?
That's what worries me, that I can't reach enough people to understand that their body can actually heal themselves. If you put the right stuff in your mouth, your body will make a change in your body, and you can get rid of the inflammation.
Excellent. Now I'm going to challenge all of you that are on here. I want you all, we're going to come to Jamari in just a second, but I want you guys to all look around and find somebody that you've had a connection with, whether you've had a conversation with them or somebody that you want to have a conversation with. And I'm going to encourage you before next week to go put a testimonial up for them. Ask them where they'd like it to put, like them to have it put. Let's take Ann Mackey, for example. If I were going to do a testimonial for her, I wouldn't even ask her where she wants me to put it. I would just go Google Ann Mackey, and I would do the first 2 pages, not 1 page, 2 pages. And everywhere her name came up that it would take a testimonial, I would put it there. She will love you for that. Guys, that's one of the things we don't take the time to do enough. Even if we haven't tried their product, if we've spent time with them, we see the knowledge that they've got, you really need to put a testimonial. And don't do a testimonial like this. Oh, I know Deanna Brakefield. She's a nice girl. Happy day. What kind of a testimonial is that? I see people do that on restaurants. Oh, it was a nice restaurant. They had cute flowers. I didn't go there for the flowers. Tell me about the manicotti you ate. Was it good? If it was bad, don't tell me that. But let me know how good it was. I think that we don't do this enough. This is gold for each and every one of you. Take the time to do it. I'm in another group, guys, and every week I pick one person out of that group and I cover everything I can for that person. So I challenge you to try to do that here. Denise Lanton, what are you talking about? You're leaving. Just don't worry about it. You're only going to be here for a few more minutes. So with that, you can't miss Jam Jam. The Jam Jam's the one who can help your business.
I know. I'll make them wait. They're coming to pick me up for my breaks.
Yeah, tell them to wait. Jam Jam, give the next 5 minutes. Make her not leave.
Okay. Well, I will say AI has been on a impressive, just all via AI, I should say, has been on a massive, it's just amazing with what people are doing. People are now taking a lot of their older AI stuff that they created and then giving it back to the AI to then rework it. And so I do have some videos obviously to show us. I'm going to show you guys this first one right here, which is a cup of coffee, which what is it? Oh, it's starting to sound. I hate the sound. But look at that. Look how so realistic this is starting to become. Now there's still a little bit in some imperfections there, but just going based off of this can be used as advertising, which hopefully you're not hungry, because I'm going to show you guys another thing. Now, we'll pause there. If we go back, you notice it's a little blurry here, obviously, because the quality isn't the best.
Is that a real guy or not a real guy?
And that's not a real person.
Well, he's missing half his leg.
Exactly. He's missing half his leg there, but also his arm. If you kind of notice there, his hand's already up trying to give him something, which obviously humans don't do that. But look at that. It's a complete loop, by the way. So hopefully, again, none of you guys are hungry, but I want to show you guys this one ad that someone created.
Well, I could be hungry if I saw something good.
You are. Keyword is you're about to. So
made Brussels sprouts. Oh, I could be hungry.
None of that. So it went to, and so for those who don't know what Midjourney is, this is what's so interesting about this. Midjourney is a image prompting system that actually will create AI images. So they took the AI image from Midjourney and then gave it to the video AI Runway, which I told you guys about, got its brand new upgrade last year, or not last year, but last week. And that video created this food.
Oh.
Using the exact image, it created a whole video for it. So for those people that are in the restaurant business, those people that are in HVAC, any service-based business, this is how you can use AI, especially restaurants. So just take simple pictures of your food, and if you don't want to go create a whole video for it, well, guess what? There's AI that will do it for you. Again, why do it when robots do it faster? Or better, I should actually say.
Is there anything on that one sandwich except eggs?
No, there's a lot of eggs.
That looked pretty good.
I did. Now, these are some different AIs here, but this here, I thought I'd show this because everybody, I know you guys love dogs here.
That looks like my dog.
Here's a cat playing the guitar. Here's a dog playing the piano with these different AI tools out there. So I want you guys to all be aware of the biggest changes with a lot of these, because do you see how realistic these are? And I want to show you guys this one in particular, because this is a film that this guy was actually creating and he had to redo. Now, obviously, a good way to tell that it is AI. So, for example, this guy that's actually in the jungle here, notice the camera angle. The way that the camera angle is it's off. It's very off-putting there. So for those who caught it, right, the camera angle has a very odd way of following. In actual movies, it does not do that, by the way. When it follows characters, it doesn't do that. But here, it's obviously following him. It's actually locked onto their head. So there's motion tracking there. But all of this is AI. And again, no more crappy films now. Now we can have really good films that aren't crappy and filled with political propaganda. So that's really fun, right? You all love that. We can actually have movies that are, well, decent again. So Hollywood's cooked, but who am I, everybody? Well, for those who know and those who don't, I am Jam, or Jamari. I do digital automation and web hosting. So I host your sites, I design your sites, but most importantly, I actually help you integrate AI into your business, because that's what's the most important. And we like to live by a little saying here: you can either evolve or vanish. Don't fall behind before it's too late. And if anybody has questions, you're always free to ask. But you guys can reach me at 972-878-8577. Again, 972-878-8577. Man, that reminds me of when I was a kid, and you used to have to... Okay, there's the music. That reminds me as a kid when that one commercial, JG Wentworth, 877 Cash Now, when that used to always come on when I was a child. Almost 8 years ago now, which is crazy to say out loud, but yeah. Having to do that.
So where are you from?
I'm originally from Chicago, but I now live in Texas.
Beautiful. And what worries you?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that worries me is that as a, I think the thing that wor society as like, or civilization as in whole, we don't pay enough attention to oncoming changes, and we're very resistant to change or whatever. And I think we should be a little bit more open to change and actually wanting to actually improve things, right? And for those who are afraid of the climate being messed up, we can always go to nuclear, by the way. It's actually the most renewable, little fun fact. And you can also reuse the actual nuclear waste. Little fun fact out there that they're out there, in case anybody didn't know that. But yeah, that's what worries me. I think that we are headed towards everybody has a very huge resistance to change, and especially the way you see people are looking at AI. We aren't looking at it as oh, this is actually great, this can actually help us. We look at it as, oh my gosh, Terminator. But it's like, it's not Terminator at all. So.
Great. Deanna, you want to share with everybody about the book club? We want more good people in the book club. It was such interesting conversations we've been having lately, guys. And I'll tell you, you work hard all week. Treat yourself to 1 hour where you can get your favorite drink, you can get into a book, discuss it with other people, and not have to think about business. So, Deanna, take it away. Tell them when and where.
So we do Business Owners Book Club every Friday at 11 a.m. Central. You can find us on Facebook at Business Owners Book Club. We love to have varying viewpoints. Our last book was a very emotional, touchy-feely book, and you would be surprised at the things that Lynn had to say every week. This book, we are currently doing The Art of the Deal by Donald Trump. It is a 40-year-old book. It's really interesting to see the difference in perspective between business then and now. We are absolutely loving it, and this one's a more analytical-minded book. It's got some really juicy nuggets, and we've really been enjoying it. So we'd love to have you all there. We meet on Google Meets, and the link is available through the Facebook page. And like I said, that's facebook.com, Business Owners Book Club. And we'd love to see you tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Wonderful. Now you guys get to do the fun part. So now you get to go into a private room with somebody. You've already had some discussions. You know who some of these people are. Have a wonderful discussion for 5 minutes, and I will see you back here. If you get in a room with somebody that you don't like, don't fist fight. Come on back, and I'll put you in another room. So the rooms are now open, guys.
Well, that was interesting.
Yay. Do you have a commercial for us? And then we want to hear all the good stuff about what's on K-Fred Radio.
So instead of doing a commercial, I'll just be the commercial.
Okay.
I do want to tell folks that Greg Markells, the host of Animals Unplugged, launched his first episode this week. You'll be able to hear it. It's already turned into a podcast, so you'll be able to hear it in the podcast section of the K-Fred, although I think it's going to be rebroadcast a couple of other times. And then on another one, Chris Pratt of the Healing Conspiracy, he just dumped another couple of episodes on his stress, the silent toxin, and our whole fool. And Fred can't speak here. That's why I got a face for radio, and it appears I haven't got a voice for radio either. He's got 2 episodes. As I said, the first one's Stress, the Silent Toxin, and the second one is Our Whole Food Powder's Legit. I guess that depends on what state you're in. But, so those are 2 new episodes of the Healing Conspiracy, and Mr. Markells, Animals Unplugged again, went live on Monday. So he's all pumped.
Beautiful.
What's been happening with you and K-Fred?
I think that there have been some exciting conversations I've had with people that want to come on and do a radio show. So I think we've got some really interesting new concepts that should be great for K-Fred Radio.
I agree with you. You've been like, that's why you're now known as the Lion Queen in K-Fred land, because you've been rocking, pulling, you've been doing your best to make sure I have no time to sleep.
That's what I want. I want no time to sleep for you. Well, let's talk about a couple of these without saying who these people are.
So
I think we
time
have.
out. Before you go onto there, because I want to, but you mentioned, or I mentioned the word sleep. And yesterday, day before, when we were talking to one of those people, you mentioned an oil that helped your husband sleep. And I was telling somebody about this that day, and they looked at me and said, "What was the name of the oil, dum-dum?" So you want to tell us what the name of the oil was so I can write it down and not be a dum-dum
So you
anymore?
want the oil that helped him to sleep? That was lavender.
Lavender.
Write that down. Lavender will help him sleep. It's like magic. Totally like magic. I could not believe the difference. My husband had not slept at nights in over 30 years because of having been in the hospital and associating sleep with his heart stopping. And I'm going to tell you, it was magical. I put that on, drop on the bottom of each foot, one on his forehead. I don't sell oils. I didn't know about oils till somebody told me. And I was shocked, absolutely shocked that he slept 7 hours. He had not done that in years. There was no way that was working. So I did try it the next night, and it worked the next night as well. So I will tell anybody, give that a shot.
Okay, so now that we've hit that, and if people have questions, they can dial in at 323-580-5755, at least for the next 24 minutes and 24 seconds. So you've been bringing a whole bunch of great new, what we hope our show hosts. We've been hitting hard on the health, but outside of the health, because I don't want to make you pick one of the health folks, but outside of the health, what topics are your favorite?
I think that the person that I'm going to bring you who's going to talk about loss is going to be huge. I think that's going to be huge. I think that we associate loss with just the loss of loved ones and friends and family, but there's so much more loss. There's loss of a family member who has got dementia now. You love that person, and you're looking right at that person, and you have to care for them, and you always thought as you aged that you would be able to share those golden years going over all the things in life you shared with them, and all of a sudden, they don't know who you are. They don't remember any of those things, but you look at them and you remember all of that. And so you're kind of left with a half a person. You feel obligated in a loving way to care for that person until the very end, but you so wish that they weren't going through what they were going through. And that's a terrible loss in your life to have to deal with, to watch that happen. And many times it doesn't just happen to a mother or father. It happens to a spouse at times, and that's hard. There's a loss with those same people if that person happens to be in a situation where they're in a home that they're being cared for. The caretaker taking care of them gets attached to that person. They get attached to them where they are in life at that very moment. They did not have those years of memories, but they get attached with who they see sitting in front of them right now, and all of a sudden, they come back after 2 days of being off, and that person has passed. And it's hard on that caretaker to deal with constant loss like that, especially if they're aging people. So sometimes it's the loss of pets. Pets become very, very important in people's lives, especially if there's someone who's been single all their life, or they've lost a spouse, or they don't have children there anymore. That pet becomes their family, and the loss of that, or the loss of a job, or the loss of an income level, and your whole lifestyle changes. All of these things have significant impacts on us, and I think that show that's coming up about loss is going to be incredibly important to a lot of people.
So I totally agree with you. I had somebody message me. Somebody recently messaged me on Facebook wishing me a happy birthday, and I always attempt to reply to everybody who responds. It may take me several days because there tends to be a lot of them, but I always like to find out what's going on in their life because it may have been a year since we last chatted. And I actually had somebody come on to me and said they feel dead without friends and because their friends keep dying. And I'm thinking about this show that we've got coming up, and I'm thinking, boy, once we've got it scheduled and ready, I'm going to let this person know, because it's tailor-made for them.
Whose show? Chris show? Or?
Absolutely.
Hi guys, I got Lynn.
Did you guys have a good talk with whoever you were with?
Yes, I was with Dorcia and the other Ann, and I gave them an idea for, I went to that continuing care this morning. Illinois continuing care, it's for all seniors, like anybody who's involved with seniors, continuing, like assisted living, rehab, hospice, and that. And it's a really good, if they work with seniors, it's really good for them to get into that organization with the state they're in.
Yeah,
that's what I love. See, you made that a really positive time, guys. That's the beauty of knowing a little bit about everybody. You spin the wheel, you have no idea who you're going to be in a room with, and you make the best of being in there with them. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So I'm hoping you get somebody good again your second time, guys. So I've mixed up the rooms. I want you to go try it one more time, and I will see you back in 5 minutes.
See you back.
The rooms are now all open.
So, as people head off to their rooms, what are you looking forward to most? I know you asked me this the other day, and I'm going to ask it back to you. What topics for shows would you like to see us pick up on K-Fred?
I wish you would pick up the second show that I want to do.
Okay.
I love what I'm doing on this show, but I'm a little more reined in, and my second show that I want to do so bad is I want to do a talk show where we're picking a topic and we're discussing all kinds of things. We won't discuss anything that gets you picking it, but we would love to do that, and I think that would be a good thing.
So like K-Fred Prime Live 2 weeks ago. Next one's coming up this Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific. It's K-Fred Prime Live. And last episode, after we talked with all the show hosts that showed up, we talked about what's wisdom. And this week, I haven't quite decided on the topic, but it should be along those lines, because it was very interesting finding out what people thought, where wisdom came from, how they developed it. And it was all based on a discussion I had with my daughter in the morning on a phone call that I did not expect. And it was one of those, I called my daughter called me, and I went, uh-oh, this is bad. And she said, Dad, I'm okay. The kids are okay. Matt's okay. We're all okay. Do you got a minute? And it's like, uh-oh. And there was other family issues that were happening, health issues with somebody else in the family. And amazingly enough, I was able to talk to Keith, and I've actually sent them a bunch of resources to my daughter so that she can give them to the other family member and go through them and hopefully help with his diagnosis.
Excellent. So who's going to be your guest this Saturday?
Well, that's always a crapshoot, so to speak. I never quite know until everyone shows up, because I always invite all the show hosts. Actually, we do have a couple of guests popping up, and studio guests popping up. And as you've been a studio guest, you know that they have a very weird habit of, after they've been in the Zoom studio audience, A, they get interviewed, but B, a fair number of them actually become K-Fred show hosts. So we got some very interesting Zoom guests. One of them's a veteran, and I'm really looking forward to talking to him because of a not-for-profit that he founded. So we don't know who's going to show up. That's what's always fun about it.
That's excellent. And so what should we be watching for now?
with respect.
What are you most excited about? What new show do you think is coming up that you want to be interested in seeing?
Ooh, which new show? I'm really looking forward to Denise's show about grit. I'm also looking forward to A Better World with Integrity, because that will be have two radically different co-hosts that are one would have to be considered either an elder boomer or you could call him Greatest Generation. He's 81, so I'm not sure where that fits him. And then we've actually got either a young Gen X, I think she's actually a millennial co-host, and they're going to be talking about how to make the world better with integrity. And I just love the cross-generational aspect of it. That's been something that's blowing me away since we've started broadcasting, is the wide scope of show hosts we're getting. They cross racial boundaries, they cross generational boundaries. We've got men, women, business, not-for-profit.
And I think our deaf person is going to be an interesting show too.
Ooh, Karen Putz. Yeah, Life Part 2. She's still on vacation. She messaged me today, but
that's going to be good.
Oh, she's going to be awesome. I love that. So yes,
passion that she brings and teaches is wonderful.
Tell me how many other radio stations have deaf show hosts on them.
And I saw a new name for a show, and I knew right away who it was, Mr. Swift's show, right?
The Quadfather.
Yes, but what's the new name of his show?
I don't know. I haven't looked. You tell me.
Oh, I don't remember the name, but when you see it, you will know it's him right away. And I thought, ooh, that's very interesting. The Quadfather has another show.
We'll see if he's changed it in the correct place.
I'm
dum-de-dum-dum. Dum-dum.
It was going to be a good one. And I think that Dr. Mark that we spoke to yesterday is going to be, I'm going to learn so much from that show.
Oh, wow. And we got to put Dr. Mark as well as the Quadfather. Unparalyzed Mind was the new name.
Yes. Unparalyzed Mind. I know that has to be him. But I will tell you that Dr. Mark will be bringing athletes and celebrities, and it's going to be so interesting. That's going to be very interesting. So I'm on for it.
I'm looking forward to that, and I want to see Dr. Mark because, of course, Dr. Mark was like a quadriplegic too for a while, and I'm going to say he did something most doctors never do, and he healed himself.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you, you guys don't know who we're talking about. We had a conversation yesterday with Dr. Mark, and it is incredible. This is a man, as I said, a doctor who dealt with the brain and the spine, had 10 businesses going, a radio show going, and then he had a head-on collision.
Oh.
And he was paralyzed, and because of that, he lost his radio show, he lost his businesses because he was it. But he spent 3 years believing everything he was told, that was going to be his life, and he was never going to get any better. And then he began to do some research. And he researched stuff, and he found things that are amazing and incredible. He found some things that helped him to stand for the first time in 4 years. And then he took 30 steps, and the rest is history. He's walking now again. It's an incredible story, and he has friends that are athletes and celebrities, and they're all going to be on his show, and I could just sit there and just listen. Keith.
Did you know that nitric oxide helps to connect nerves?
You want to be talking to Dr. Mark. I think that would be an interesting conversation. He would enjoy that conversation. But I'm going to tell you guys, it just goes to show, sometimes I'm going to say what I think. I think because we live in such a litigious society, that times doctors will protect themselves by telling you, they won't give you a lot of hope. They will tell you what they know, and it kind of limits you. You have to think outside the box and not take that. I mean, as I've explained to you guys, I had a daughter who became a quadriplegic after her neurologist did her surgery on her tumor. And what ended up happening, she's no longer in a wheelchair. She has no braces on her arms and her legs. She has a small limitation from her elbow to her wrist. She has other issues going on, but certainly not what sitting in a wheelchair for the balance of her life would have been like. So you have to believe strongly, and you have to try anything and everything that you think might help, really. It is amazing what the mind can do. A lot of prayer, but I believe that if you listen to some of these people who have been there and done that, there's no way you can't believe. And I'm going to connect him to some people right now that are going through some really serious issues, and I think that he can help them, because I think they're at that stage right now where they're ready to give up and just feel that's the rest of their life, and that's not the case.
I would like to meet him. I would like to talk.
You're going to get to meet him. Let me tell you, I'm going to make that introduction. I'm blown away. Yesterday was my day for doctors and surgeons with my husband all over the place, and then doctors that I was connecting to Dr. Fred. I was connecting them to Dr. Fred, the radio doctor. And so it was a very exhausting day, but boy, there were some bright spots, guys. You have to hook onto those bright spots. Those people that are very positive in your life, think of those people as the doctors of your mind. Oh, Lord, look, he's got his Viking hat on. Fred, what do you have for us?
I would just say that I would, instead of the radio doctor, I would be much more the radio Viking.
Okay, you can be the radio Viking.
Pillaging and plundering against the mainstream media. Never mind.
Absolutely.
Hey, big dog's gotta eat, Fred. Big dog's gotta eat.
And they provide food for the small ones until the small ones get big.
You get it. He gets it.
Well, we normally had a half an hour left to talk, but I think we're just going to enjoy the conversation that we've got. So, guys, seriously, let's go back one more minute to where we were. If you've got somebody who's had something serious happen to them, you've got to keep them happy and positive at all costs. You know, if you want to cry for that person, cry outside of where they are. Don't let them see that, because they're going to take that to mean that it's hopeless for them. And that isn't what you want them to believe. You want to keep them always positive. I don't know whether it's true or not. This friend that I'm trying to help them with their son and husband, he's been paralyzed from the neck down now for about 3 or 4 months. And I definitely want to put this doctor in touch with them so he can tell what he knows. I told them what I know from what I've been through with my husband and daughter. But I told them, don't go at his bedside and cry. He's going to give up. You need to go there and do positive things. Take a big bottle of lotion. Sew his hands and his feet and his arms and his legs haven't moved in 4 months. Go there and massage his hands and his feet and his arms and his legs. Close your eyes. Pretend that you are blind. Feel every muscle and every nerve and really give it a wonderful massage and wake up his hands and his feet and his arms and his legs. That way, when he gets to the use of those back again, guys, that will help. Do I know whether that actually is doing any good or not? I don't. But that's what I did for both my husband and my daughter. Both of them got their movement back. Both of them, the doctors and the rehab people looked at them and said, I don't understand what happened. When they're going to rehab, don't be, no offense, Anna, don't be affected by whatever the insurance says they will afford you to do. If they afford you to do 3 days, you just study everything that they're doing and you go back and give them rehab the other 4 days doing the very same thing. They need rehab 7 days a week. That will guarantee that they have a better chance of changing the outcome. It's not going to guarantee it, but I'm telling you, it worked twice in my life. Jaya?
Lynn, we know the nerve cells can regenerate. Nerve cells, but we now know nerve cells can regenerate, and we can treat the spinal cord injury and all. That is possible, but the Western medicine does not believe. Now they have started doing some research.
Excellent. Anita, you got a question?
What I was going to say is what you're doing is Reiki when you're massaging the lotion and then believing that they're going to be able to walk again and kind of saying positive things. That's what Reiki is. And that's how people can.
No idea. I just knew that to me, I thought to myself where I think you guys should all think. I put myself in that bed and said, what would I want if I were laying there? Would I want people crying over me like I was already dead and gone? No. I would want people to make me believe. You make me believe. That's your job. You still have feet and arms and legs and everything else. Make me believe that everything is going to be fine. Oh, hey, Fred, when we're done here today, I am out of here at 3 o'clock on the dot because I forgot. I've got a whole group of people waiting for me to share Legal Shield and ID Shield so they can protect themselves.
So I do have one comment. And we've talked about, I've heard about nerve cells regenerating and all these things. And the one thing that I never, ever, ever hear about regenerating is how the bleep do I grow more hair on my head? I can grow it on my face. I can grow it on other places on the body, whether I want to or not. But I'd really...
Rosemary oil.
Great. I got red rosemary oil on my head.
You'll smell like an Italian piece of bread. Hey, Fred, listen to me. They are studying the wrong thing. They are studying the man's head to figure out where his hair is going. They need to study women's faces, older women's faces. We can grow hair overnight. I'm telling you, it is long enough hairs you could braid it. You go, wait a minute, I didn't see that hair yesterday, and it's just there.
So, you know...
Oh, look at this, Fred. Dawn's got something right there. Okay. Go call Dawn about the purple page.
So,
Dr. Groot. Yep.
Oh, Dr. Groot is Fred, you want to have hair? Dr. Groot is actually...
Fred, now listen, make sure you don't drip it on your face. I don't want you coming back here looking like a Yeti.
So, I was going to say, it's kind of interesting you said about women grow... A woman I went to high school with, we're talking with on Facebook recently, and she was complaining that it was hard to find a good unattached man at our age, in our 60s. And now I'm wondering if it's because of all the facial hair.
It is. Listen, I heard somebody say this, and this is the truth. The hair on our legs stops growing when we get older. I don't know why, it just does. So we have a little free time, but we need that time to tend to all the hair that's growing on our faces. We didn't expect to have that. And I swear there's a little person inside my face who's pulling on that hair from the other side because you try to get it out. I mean, it probably is. I keep waiting for it to need a little wood putty to fill the holes because it looks like it's a hard hair to get out. The little white ones are tough. Look at these poor guys on here, these young guys. They're going, what are you talking about? They have no clue.
On that note, I think that's my time.
No, I understand it all. I just sit there and say, get laser treatment.
Oh, you don't have to. You know what? You end up with cheater glasses in every room in the house, and you end up with tweezers all around the house.
Or what you do is you take a little lighter and just,
Oh, I'm not lighting my face on fire.
Yeah, Mark, you're different. You're not cooking. That one, ooh. Mark's going primitive with it.
Hey, Fred, you want to give anybody some information? Because I want them all to come back to Lunch with Lynn tomorrow. Next week, I really want them all to come back and enjoy some time with us.
So, every Thursday, listen at kfred.com. You can chat at kfred.com. That's KPHRED, spelled the way it sounds. If you don't think so, then tell me how telephone is spelled. You can also dial in at 323-580-5755. And if you go to zoomwithlynn.com, you can sign up there. We've also on the KFred Facebook page have the ability for you to sign up from there too, because we started putting the event up there to push out. So be here next week, whether you're in Zoom, on chat, or on the phone. Be here, or your voice isn't getting
be a
out
part
there.
of the fun. Yeah,
Exactly.
I thank all of you so much. I appreciate you all being here. I just adore these people.
Thank you, Lynn. Thanks for everything.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Sally.